Yeah.
Okay, so let's start.
What are we going over today?
Well, we're going to read from front to finish, and it starts with the book of Genesis. And so we're going to start with chapters 1, 2, and 3 of Genesis.
Oh, so like in the beginning?
Yeah, that kind of thing. And just for a note, we are reading the New Living Translation, which is abbreviated NLT for anybody who cares about such things, because I'm not doing the King James thing.
I don't even know what any of that means, but okay, let's do this.
It sounds great. Okay, so we are starting with chapter 1 of Genesis, and it's subtitled The Creation.
Woohoo!
Okay, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I always wondered. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters.
It's like a boring-ass place.
Well, and I know from previous readings that he creates the waters later, so, like, how is it covered with darkness and waters that haven't been created yet?
I don't know. It's just because there's still more here.
And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surfaces of the waters that he hadn't created yet.
Why was he hovering? Like, I know...
He was bored.
Okay.
Then God said, "Hey, let there be light." And there was light, and God saw that the light was good.
Light to show all the desolate boringness?
That he hadn't created yet.
Okay.
Then he separated the light from the darkness. That was awfully cool of him.
So, what happened? Like, okay, he separated the light from the darkness.
And he saw that it was good.
But he just created the light. So was there like a moment in time where the light was not separated? And
yeah, there was no light. It was all darkness and water.
Okay, but
Weren't
then
you
he created light, and then was it separated?
Yeah, that's what he just said.
He just separated. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Sorry.
We're like 4 sentences in, and you're already lost.
I know.
God called the light day, and the darkness night. Sorry. Let me read that again. God called the light day, and the darkness night. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the first day.
It's a good thing that he named them evening and morning. Otherwise, we'd be totally up shit's creek with these names.
Except guess what?
What?
I happen to know from reading ahead that he hadn't even separated day from night yet.
Oh.
Good grief. Then God said, "Let there be a space between the waters to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." I mean...
The what? Waters of the earth?
Yeah, from the waters
From the waters of the heaven.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like nothing up there except for gases.
I didn't even know.
Are gases a sea? Is that what he was... Was he confused about what he was doing?
He might not have had a really good plan.
Okay. All right. I think maybe the sky is just one big God fart.
That is really rude. And that is what happened. God made the space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. Repetitive much? God called the space sky, and the evening passed and morning came, marking the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place so dry ground may appear."
Wait, if they flow together in one place, like physics would say that the water would have to rise because it was already there. So like, wouldn't it... I mean, how does that make there less water?
I don't think he invented physics yet.
Maybe he just drank some of the ocean water.
I mean, he is God.
But I mean, they didn't say that, though, in the Bible.
He worked hard.
They just said he moved it. Like, I don't know, if I move water into a smaller space, it rises. So, like, that doesn't bode well for the people living near that water because it's, like, above them.
There weren't people yet.
Oh, yeah, shit. Okay.
And that is what happened. God called the dry ground land and the waters seas, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed-bearing plant and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came."
How do you suppose he knew what vegetation and trees were?
And that is what happened.
Has he done this before? Or was this like just... Like he was just like sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm going to make some vegetation and trees.
I mean, who could know? It is...
Because I want a good salad.
So God made vegetation because he wanted to go to Subway.
I mean, maybe he's a vegan. He made the vegetation and trees first, so...
Oh my God. The land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing plants and trees with seed-bearing fruit. Their seeds produced plants and trees of the same kind, and God saw that it was good. I mean, this is really repetitive. He's like, "I'm going to make a thing," and then he makes it, and then he's like, "I made a thing."
Yeah.
And evening passed, and morning came, marking the third day. Then God said, let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night. See, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't even separate it.
We're like on the fourth.
What day are we? We're on the fourth day?
We're on the fourth day.
And he hadn't separated, but he said he separated it on the first day.
I know.
They're really confused. Were they high when they wrote this shit?
I think they needed a really good editor.
Okay.
Let them...
But we're only like 3 paragraphs in, maybe.
I know.
I don't even know. How many paragraphs in are we?
I didn't
Or just like the first paragraph?
We're on verse 14.
Okay. 14 verses and they already screwed up.
I mean, who knows?
Whatever.
I wasn't alive.
I thought this was God's word. He's not very...
But it was written by man.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, maybe God was like all... and then man was like... It's typical of man.
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah.
When did he separate the light from the dark?
It's typical of man.
I don't know. Just write it a couple of times. We'll get it right on one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then God said, let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night. Let them be signs to mark the seasons, days, and years. Let these lights in the sky shine down on the earth. And that is what happened.
I'm glad we have stars. Yay.
It gets really interesting from here because apparently the sun is not a star, ?
Okay.
God made 2 great lights, the larger one to govern the day. The sun, which is apparently not a star.
Right.
And the smaller one to govern the night.
Ooh, the moon?
That could be.
Yes.
He also made the stars, again, of which the sun is not one, apparently.
Right, because it was just the light.
It's just the light. It's the light.
Yeah.
God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and night, and to separate the light from the darkness.
I'm glad he separated it.
And God saw that it was good.
He saw that it was good.
I mean, I think it's good, but what do I know?
Right, I mean, it would be bad if it was dark all the time or light all the time. That would suck.
Well, if it was dark all the time, that would be a vampire movie. And if it was dark all the time, that would be a zombie movie.
But I mean, hypothetically, if you live in Alaska, he didn't really separate the day from the night up there.
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
And evening passed and morning came, marking the 4th day. Then God said, let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies be filled with birds of every kind. So, I mean, really, he created the birds before he created any of the other animals.
What were the fish eating?
There weren't fish yet. Because
I thought you just said he created fish.
Hold on.
Was it birds and fish, I thought?
No. God sends the light and... Oh, no, you're right. He did.
Yeah, he swarmed the seas.
He did the fishes and the birds.
Yeah.
They ate each other.
Okay, so the fish jumped out of the water to eat the birds. And
there are flying fish.
That is true.
They ate each other.
Okay.
That's all I can believe. Or the biggest fish ate the littlest fish, and then the littlest fish were the flyers that ate the birds.
Got it.
And the birds ate also of the littlest fish that.
Well, maybe he makes food for them later.
Who fucking knows?
I don't know.
So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that scurries and swarms in the water and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. I mean, it would be really weird for like a bird to give birth to an octopus. So
right, but I mean, like,
I'm glad that he made the birds give birth only to the birds.
Technically, though, evolution happened. I mean, you know, we can prove that scientifically.
We don't talk about that.
Okay. So technically, they're not exactly the same.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, but we don't talk about that.
Well, you're saying
and Alaska.
Bible people don't talk about it. We talk about it all the time. Oh, well,
yeah, but I mean, when we're talking about the Bible, automatically we don't talk about Alaska or evolution.
So Alaska and evolution are right out.
We should make a list of things that are right out. Then God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply. Let the fish fill the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." And evening passed, and morning came, marking the 5th day.
Do you think that they understood him when he said, "Be fruitful and multiply"? I guess it is God's word, so maybe God can talk to all the living things.
I mean, sometimes our cat understands us when we talk to her.
Yeah, that's true.
So, who knows? Then God said, "Let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the same kind, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and wild animals."
Wait, livestock?
I know.
Hey, sorry guys, we have to cut this off a little early here because we only have so much space that we can stream to. So if you want to catch the full episode, you can catch it over at our website. It's at sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, or check out our social media. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We're all over the fucking place. So wherever you can find us, head there and catch the rest of this episode somewhere.